What's going on, everybody? Welcome to lesson 2. This is just to be a little bit more on note reading and where our notes are on the keyboard and in the sheet music. And if you get value out of this video, be sure to hit like and subscribe. Let's get to it. So here we got middle C, which we learned about last lesson, the G above middle C, and the F below middle C. And these are the notes in between. So, and then down here on the keyboard, I wrote F, C, and G. These would be these placements. And so when you just, it's pretty much very straightforward. You're going to start here, this key on F, and we're going to just climb up. So here's F right here. And you're just going to go G, A, B, C. And then now you're getting into G clef. Here's D, and then here's E, F, and G. So this, you're just walking across F to G through middle C. So if you just did this on this keyboard, here's F, and we're literally just gonna walk up to G here. So we got F, G, A, B, C, D, E, F, G. And that's literally it. Just think of it as walking upstairs. You're just here step by step, going up to your next note. And oftentimes what happens is students just kind of forget about that both your space notes and the line notes, think of them as holding values. They have value to them. So oftentimes in the beginning they'll count like this is, well, let's just go like this. Pretend like this note wasn't here, this is D, and then if the next note's right here, then they think this would be E. But you gotta remember, this is a line note too, it's got value. So if this is D, D, E, F, G. I know it seems simple right now because it's kind of all laid out there, but eventually, when you don't have every note stacked on top of each other, like they'll start thinking D, E, because they look like they're right next to each other. Just remember, space notes and line notes, they hold values. It's either you can think of it as stairs or a ladder, rungs, space, rungs, but each part is carrying something. So here's C, D, which is a space note, E, line note, F, space note again, G, line note. And again, here it is on the keyboard. There's middle C, kind of in the center, in the center of my keyboard. Middle C is the closest within this region to the middle. So this is middle C. Here's the F below middle C. We're gonna walk it up. F, G, A, B, C, D, E, F, G. And that's literally all there is to it. So in the next slide, I'm gonna show you some patterns on how you can read these notes a little bit easier on your sheet music. Okay, as you can see here again is our layout. We got G clef and F clef and our grand staff, middle C here, F below middle C, and then the G above middle C. And then over here, these are some things that I liked growing up that teachers taught me that really helped me learn my notes really well. And so I just like, there's the sentences, which we'll talk about in a second, but I just really like the space notes, knowing what the space notes are. And the space notes, they just spell face. So here you got F, A, C, and E for each of these 4 space notes within your G clef. And the same is true except, well, down here in bass clef, it's the same thing, except now you're just like dropping F, and now F is starting right here at the bottom of your F clef. So it's the open space. So here's F, A, C, and E, and then right here spells face. And then as we're counting up with our notes, you got C, line is D, here's E, and then again, once you keep going past E, then you land on your line note, which is back to F. So again, I just liked to remember the space notes. So again, down here in F clef, F, A, C, and E, all on the space notes, except now we're just starting a little bit lower. We're here on this open space, F, A, C, and E. One more thing that a teacher showed me, which I'll oftentimes they don't show beginning students, but I actually like to show beginning students because oftentimes just knowing notes between the two clefs kind of seems arbitrary. Like, why are we starting? Why are we, just what's the pattern? So the pattern is everything revolves again around middle C. So here you have middle C, and I wrote it over here too as well. So notice if you go 3 spaces up, starting here, 1, 2, and 3, you're going to land on a C. Now, if you do the same thing from here going down, and you go 1, 2, 3, starting in your space notes in F clef, you're going to land on a C too. So again, here's middle C. Start in your space notes, 1, 2, 3. There's your C. That's part of F.A.C.E. And then again, here's middle C. 3 notes down in F clef, 1, 2, 3. Here's C again right here, part of F.A.C.E. right there. And then now you're not probably, when you're starting out, going to go this high or this low to grab these low Cs. But notice up here in G clef, our notes keep climbing up. If you're 2 ledger lines above your G clef, you're going to land on C. And then same thing is true down here. Here's F clef. Here's middle C. You go 2 ledger lines down, you're going to be on you're going to be on C again. So these are all these C's, and they all, notice, are evenly spaced around middle C. So again, middle C here, 2 ledger lines below, that's C. And middle C here, you're going to go 2 ledger lines above, and that's going to be your high C. So let's kind of do this on the piano. You're going to go middle C here, right? So there's middle C. And then, if you want to go an octave up, you just got to find the next C, which is right here. And that's that C. And then, so that's 1 octave. I'm just hopping to the C's. And if I want to go to the 2 ledger lines, that's 2, I got to go 2 C's up. So 2 octaves from middle C. So middle C, C here, and then here's your second C from middle C. And then the same is true as you go down. Middle C here, go an octave down, find your next C, and then middle C right here again. Go 2 octaves down for middle C, so just hit the C's. Again, that's right here, this C, and then if you keep going down, I don't know if it's in the picture, but that's going to be your low C. So those are kind of the 2 main things that I like to show students right away, just so they get a clear understanding. I usually just go through it and have them go through it, and we just find the C's again, except now you're looking at your page, your sheet music, and you're finding your C's on your sheet music. So I hope that was helpful. We'll get into the sentences right now. Okay, so one final method for remembering your notes in sheet music are the sentences. You've probably heard them if you've done music before, but if you haven't, these are the sentences to help you remember your notes. So up here in G clef for the line notes, notice these are all on the line, 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 line. The first sentence up here is going to be, every good boy does fine. Kind of a weird sentence, I know. I don't really like it myself, but it's very common and it seems to help a lot of students. And then the last one down here, we got all space notes again, A, C, E, and G. And it's the sentence, all cows eat grass. So I think, this one actually did help me though, a little bit growing up. But again, my favorite methods were the F.A.C.E. and then knowing these C's, where my C's were at, and obviously the anchor notes, middle C, G, and F, just remembering where those were at, those helped me a lot. And then I kind of just pieced everything together, just counting notes. But if you like these sentences, feel free to use them. And if you get value out of this video, make sure to like and subscribe, and we will see you in another one.